All right, Combat Konvo, you know what it is, man. We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. The thumbs up button if you like the content. So today we're going to be going over the Strickland versus Adesanya fight. Before we get into that, check out Sketchpad Podcast channel if you're interested in reactions and different type of topics. And also, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to this channel. It's a sports, combat sports, WWE. We cover UFC and boxing. So, all right, man. I swear, I just told you this.
Yeah.
When we talked. I don't pick a winner in UFC no more because this is what happens. Boxing is very, 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 very difficult to pick a winner at times because boxing as the fight goes on. It's a strategy that you could figure out. You can change your strategy. You could do whatever. And the UFC is kind of the same way, but it's mixed martial arts, which means you can get hit with anything. A kick, a punch, an elbow. Can't do that in boxing. It's rules just the gloves. You know what I'm saying? So UFC is very unpredictable when it comes to this. Now, their favorite fighter would have been Adesanya in this fight. Of course, he would have been the favorite. You know what I'm saying? He's Adesanya.
Right.
But going into this fight, I'm sure that Strickland took a lot of things out of their playbooks, I should say. He dominated that fight. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Was no way around it. And I know how he did it. He pressured Adesanya. He didn't give Adesanya no chance to even set up or think. He just was on him the whole time. He wasn't afraid to get hit. He wasn't afraid of anything. He just pressured him. And in that first round, I thought the fight was over in the first round when he knocked him down. He didn't necessarily knock him down because Adesanya, his hand hit the floor and he didn't fall down, like he got up right away. But when Strickland was teeing off on him, I said the fight is over. Because usually a ref would stop the fight. If he's getting hit like that, boom, 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 boom. And he wasn't defending himself, but he was still in control and he turned around. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't take anything away from Adesanya because, truth be told, he's still the better fighter to me. But this does come into question for me. Should he retire at this age? And I know a lot of people, I talked to a couple people and they was like, nah, he shouldn't retire. Why? That's stupid. And I'm like, nah. Look, here's the thing. As you get older, you get slower. As you go up in the rankings, you get slower, you get older. Adesanya is still young. He's a millionaire. He already been the champ several times. It's no point for him to still fight now. What do you have to prove? You already proved. You ain't ever gonna fight John Jones. What else is there to prove? Who are you gonna fight now? You're not gonna fight your brother, your brethren. You ain't gonna fight him. So what is there to prove? You already did everything. Your name is solidified. You've been the what they call it, the top of the card in every fight that you've been in for the most part. You ain't been a co-main event. Adesanya's been the main event. You done headline most cards. At this point, I know people gonna say he got to get the get back. Kind of like when he fought Pereira, he got to get the get back. But my thing is like, your health is more important. You might go out with a loss. Cool. What's his name went out with a loss. He retired. What's his name? Mazidov went out with a loss. He retired, but he's still a legend. And I believe Adesanya is much more a legend than Mazidov. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, we got to ask the question, like, is it time for him to hang it up? Because he lost his fight before. He lost to Pereira, then he beat Pereira, and he lost to him. So what happens if he come back and he loses again? Because he's 1-1 like this. So what happens if he loses again? Then it's even worse. So now he really retired, and he retired losing twice to the same guy. He might make adjustments. Who knows? But for me, you already solidified, dog. You ain't got nothing to prove no more. You should just be like, you know what? I'm going to bow out gracefully. He got it. Let him go. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I think I always put fighters' health before. I could see if he was still trying to climb that ladder, but he's not. He's already been up there several times. He's been up to the mountain several times. What's the point? Now who you going to fight? You going to beat him and get your belt back? And then what, retire? Like, that's possible. But now you got to train again. And then you ain't fight the other bull. The bull that Strickland filled in for. You ain't fight him.
So Duplessis.
So now you fight. What you going to fight, Duplessis? Like, I just don't get it, man. So, I'm going to let you go. I mean, I never seen him like that. And he just looked like he wasn't himself. And I don't, and you know what, I'm not taking nothing away from Strickland. Strickland did his thing. That's all I can say. So.
Yeah, how can I explain this? This loss is worse than the Pereira loss, and I'm gonna tell you why it's worse. For one, right? We can arguably say that. Okay, so we can arguably say in the first UFC fight that he had against Pereira, not the ones that he had in kickboxing, but the first fight he had with Pereira in the UFC, he was arguably winning that fight. We could say that. When he got caught, it was lights out, but he was arguably winning that fight. We can also say the second fight, it was fairly even fight too in that fight. Izzy won that fight. But there was something about this Strickland fight that was oddly familiar. Very, very familiar. And I don't know if people pay attention to detail like that when it comes to mixed martial arts. Strickland was fighting just like Pereira was fighting in their first encounter. The stalking, constantly cutting off room, spacing, not letting Izzy breathe. He was in Izzy's face the whole time. The only difference is I feel that Strickland used Pereira's style better than Pereira uses it himself. And y'all want to know why? Because for this fight, he trained with Pereira. They were in the same training camp. They trained together. And I found that out because my theory was I keep watching this guy fight. I said, yo, this guy ain't never fought this way before. Like, this is something oddly familiar. And as soon as the fight was over, DC was like, yo, he trained with Pereira for a few months. And I said, there you go. There you go. Not to mention everything that Pereira was doing, he did it a tad bit better. The only thing that I say that he didn't do better than Pereira in this fight was the kicks. He did not know how to stop Izzy's kicks. And I really wish Izzy took advantage of that and he didn't. Strickland's leg was turning blue. You couldn't see it, but when they panned to the other side, you could see like the reddish, bluish marks on his leg. Izzy didn't take advantage of that. The other things I feel like he didn't do better than Pereira was as far as like the accuracy of the punches. When he caught Izzy, he wasn't able to put Izzy away. He was able to hurt him, but he wasn't able to put him away. When Pereira hit Izzy, Izzy felt them punches. Them punches was like him getting hit by the hands of God. You know Izzy was like feeling it, especially in the first fight. I wouldn't say so much the second fight. I would say more or less the first fight they had. Because he never been hit. I believe Izzy never been hit that hard in the UFC. I don't know what happened in kickboxing, but I know in UFC. So Strickland was like on another planet that night, man. Not to mention, the guy was. I sent you the meme, right? The guy's guard, his hands, was in the Philly shell stance. Did you see that?
Yeah. What difference does
It
that
was in
make?
the Philly.
Why does that matter?
It makes a lot of difference because you know why? Because when Izzy throws punches, it'll roll off his shoulders. Just like I wouldn't say it'll do it the same as Mayweather do it, but it he will his shoulders will absorb more of those punches. But Izzy didn't really throw a lot of strikes that fight. He would not exchange with this man. That's what I meant. He wouldn't exchange. He did not exchange that much with him. When he
Yeah.
did exchange, it didn't seem like it had that much effect. The only thing I seen that had effect was when he's throwing them kicks. He should have threw more of them kicks. He should have went for the body. He didn't go for the body. He was trying to attack up top. Up top was already guarded.
Mm-hmm.
So attack down low. He didn't go down low like that. The one time he did go down low, he surprised Strickland. And then I'm like, yo, why doesn't he continue to do that? Even the commentators will say, yo, why doesn't he continue to do that? He didn't really do it that much. You know what I'm saying? And then when Strickland will get that opening and catch him with that flurry, that first, yo, bro, my heart came out of my chest, bro. I thought it was over that first round, bro. I was like, yo, he's out of there, man. He's out of there. When he recovered, I said, that ref, that ref really was like watching the posture of Izzy. Because any other ref would have panicked and been like, yo, I'm stopping the fight.
It wouldn't
He
have been.
didn't panic.
He couldn't have stopped the fight because Izzy was still standing, and he
Yeah,
didn't
but
look
what I'm
like he.
saying,
I know he was going up top, and he hit him like 15 times, but he wasn't phased. I could look at it and see that when he hit him that first time and he went down. I said in my head, yeah, this fight is over because he went down and he jumped on him that fast and he was going up top like that. I swore he was gonna stop it, but then I seen Izzy turn around, and then he turned around, and I said, "Oh yeah, okay, he cool." You know what I'm saying? What Pereira, I mean not Pereira, what this guy should have did was he should have grabbed him. That's what he should have did. That's what I would have did. I would have grabbed Izzy. I don't know how good his ground game is, but I would have grabbed Izzy. You know
oh,
what
he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so
I
that
would have
means
grabbed him.
something.
You know what I'm saying? I would have grabbed him, and we would have fought on the ground. That's what I would have did. But I see what he was trying to do. But go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, another thing that I noticed with Strickland was that this dude got some strong ass calf muscles, bro.
Yeah.
So that's another yo. One thing I know about fighters is that you gotta have some leg strength to stand that long and move around that much. fighters, especially in boxing, kickboxing, and in mixed martial arts. You gotta have some strong legs. You gotta have some durability in those legs. He was getting kicked in those legs, and you could tell his lead leg was feeling some type of way. And he moved, he grimaced a few times, but he still kept moving. And I'm looking at his legs like, yo, this guy got some strong legs, bro. Like his calves, he was taking a lot of damage and he kept pressing forward. And I'm like, yeah, man, this is going to be a long night for Izzy. Izzy going to have to try something else. And he didn't. And everything that was in the Izzy's playbook, I don't know if even that was displayed that night, because even when they talked to his trainer, he was like, yo, the fight camp was great. I don't know what happened. Yeah, and
Happened, man.
I honestly don't know what happened either. He just lost. He just lost.
Things
But I can't take nothing away from Strickland. I definitely was sleeping on him. I believe Izzy slept on him to a certain extent too. And I don't think he should retire. But I do think that he should think about maybe taking some tune-up fights and maybe switching up some things in his fight camp. Possibly adding somebody to his fight camp, maybe like John Jones. Like, okay, you and him are cool. Go train with him for a few months. Pereira did. I mean, Strickland did it. Go train with the GOAT. Go in there, train with him, and work on some things that you never really used before. Some new tools. Add some new tools to your arsenal, especially for the wrestling and your jiu-jitsu. You need to work on that. Add it to his game, and then from there. But yeah, that's about it, man. For me, man. Congratulations to Strickland. But that was a tough loss, man. That was a very tough loss. I don't know what he's going to do moving forward. I know he's going to rematch the guy because they already talking about that. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
look, man. Combat Konvo, you know what it is, man. Congratulations to that guy, man. He out of here. Peace.